Hi there, my name's Tony. I live and work in the Grantham area and the surrounding associated villages. Home for me is on Gooderby Hill Foot, and I live there, work there, play there. The kids go to school in and around the area, and it's where we do our business. I've got quite a bit of spare time on my hands at the moment, so I thought I'd make use of that where I could by speaking to some of the jigsaw pieces I think that make up the great and good of the Grantham area. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Dave and Madeline Smith. These are the dynamic husband and wife landlord duo behind the wonderful White Lion pub over in Colsworth on the High Street there. Hi, Dave and Madeline, how are you?
We're very well.
Good, I'm pleased to hear that, and you're looking fantastic, if I dare say so. Tell me, Dave and Madeline, what is it you love about the Grantham and Colsworth areas?
I just think it's a great area to live, and especially to bring up youngsters. From personal experience, I can go back to the 1950s. We moved out of Bermondsey in 1959. Another winter would have killed my sister because of the smogs with bronchitis, asthma. We were advised to move up to the country. We moved up in July 1959, and that feeling of freedom, with the only open spaces you'd find in London usually had an unexploded bomb on them.
Right.
Had never played out at approaching 7 years of age. So to move to an area like this and have that freedom and that wonderment of being able to be outside in a lovely summer stayed with me all my life. And
wow.
I
moved been home now for 60 years then, is that what you're saying? 60 plus years?
It has, yes.
Right,
yes,
how much
don't dwell on the 60.
Sorry, 40 years. We'll say 40. We'll cut that bit out. So, I mean, what is it about the people that you love in the Grantham and Colsworth area? What is it that makes them so special?
From a personal viewpoint, right from the early days, people were helpful, looked out for you. And to this day, there is a consistency about this part of the world. And I think there's a very relaxed way of approaching life as well, which I think has just been underlined a little bit in the last few weeks, and as sort of a return to the values which is made Lincolnshire. But I'm sure Madeline could add to.
No, I think particularly now, I think you get that community spirit. People do pull together, and they've been very supportive. And when you're going out for your walks and things, people speak. And I mean, it's always been a very friendly village, but I think even more so now, you see people that you haven't seen before that probably don't come into the pub, because obviously not everybody comes into the pub, but people wander around and, everybody's just really nice. And like Dave said, it is a particularly nice village for bringing up children. We've got, areas in the village, along the outside of the village, where you can go for walks. We've got Twyford Wood, we've got the nature trail, which has been developed by a group of volunteers in the village who've done a fantastic job. It's absolutely fantastic to walk, particularly now in the spring with all the flowers and all the trees coming into blossom. It's just lovely.
Yeah, I visit Colsworth not every day, but probably once a week without a doubt. And what I've always found as an outsider coming in, usually for work reasons or passing through, it's always been very welcoming. I think you can go to the co-op to pick up a sandwich or whatever you might happen to be doing. We've met before on your driveway at the White Lion, but it was a very friendly approach, and I think that's what always sticks with me about the Colsworth area.
Yeah, and I think we find with strangers that are passing through the village or whatever and calling to the pub, always comment on how friendly the atmosphere is here, and the locals talk to them and get involved with them, and they always comment how nice that is.
Yeah, I think one of the silver linings of this current situation we find ourselves in is it will probably change people's approach on how they speak with and interact with their neighbours, probably ongoing from here. You mentioned people saying hello all the time. I think we've sort of got a mindset of in it together, haven't we? Which I think is a very strong bond, Yep. So tell me a bit about what you sort of offer your customers at the White Lion. I mean, what could they expect apart from a warm, friendly welcome?
Well, the warm, friendly welcome and the whole ambience of the place is what people want. And I think that is the main thing. If people can sit down, relax, not feel intimidated, and enjoy a drink, whether it's soft drink or alcohol, and the food, they're going to return.
Yeah, they are indeed. And what sort of food menu do you run? Is it bar snacks, or do you do a full sort of restaurant service?
Better leave you with Madeline for that one.
No, we do a combination really. We do all the pub classics, but we do a daily specials menu every day, which you can have in the restaurant or you can have in the bar or outside, wherever. Okay. So it's quite a broad menu, but we sort of try to cater for everybody's
taste.
Yeah.
And with the situation we find ourselves in at the moment, obviously you've probably not been able to accept people into your public house now for probably the thick end of 6 weeks, I would think. How have you had to adapt to the change in the circumstances over the last 6 weeks?
Well, we're doing takeaways now, Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturday evenings, 5 till 8, and Friday lunchtime, 12 till 2. And it's working really well.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Very, very popular. Very popular.
We put the menus online, and we ask people to order before 5 if possible. People are given a time slot, and we take the food out, and it's all, we're all maintaining the social distancing and everything that we're supposed to do.
Yeah, which is quite strange, really. You've been trying to welcome people in for 13 years. Yeah. Now we have to keep them at arm's length, but for everyone's safety. And it's
a strange thing. You're right. I mean, even just bumping into people at the end of the driveway, you're kind of just mindful of how far you've got to stand back from them, haven't you, and everything else. And it's strange, like you said, when you're a welcoming type of business like yourself, where it is all about hospitality and making people feel special and wanted, that usually involves being a bit close and sort of standing off 2 meters away, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does. It does. And again, if we go back, we've been here a long while, that before we came in, we used to see so many Coldsworth people elsewhere as well. So from being in the village, when we took over the pub, we had an idea of the type of food and the type of drinks that would work, is what people wanted. It was about what people wanted, not our ego. So hence the wide menu.
And how long did you say you've been at the White Lion now, sorry?
Nearly 13 years.
13 years, wow.
Yes.
Were you in the pub game before this as well?
No.
Oh.
I was in leisure.
Yeah. And I was in the house service.
Right, okay. So quite a change then, wasn't it? And
quite a change,
and what was the driving factor behind your sort of decision to take it on? Was it the opportunity to work together and come together as a team?
Yes, it was really.
Well, but also the fact that the pub wasn't a village pub. Mm-hmm. And I think that was the other issue, wasn't it? That, like Dave said, if we went to a pub for something to eat, you'd always bump into people from the village doing exactly the same as we were. Yet we had a pub in the village that didn't offer what people wanted. Mm-hmm. So that was the other thing, wasn't it? And I was looking to do something different. David reached a point where in his career, where he needed to do something different. So the opportunity came along and we thought, right, let's go for it.
Yep.
Yeah. I
lose a draw.
Yeah, indeed. And it sounds to me like, I suppose the key to any successful business is offering what the customers want, isn't it? And if the previous incumbents weren't doing that, they were always going to be missing a trick, weren't they?
And what we find really rewarding is the fact that a lot of the more elderly people in the village had never ever been in the pub, and now they're quite happy to come in with, 2 ladies will come in for a lunch and a drink and a chat, and they feel quite comfortable coming in, and that's what what we wanted to achieve, really, that everybody in the village would feel able to come in and just feel at ease.
You've got it right when you get to that situation.
I could agree more. So you've basically turned what would be a public house on the face of it, but into actually a centre of the community, a hub for the community, haven't you?
Yes.
Well, we like to think so.
Yeah, we would like to think so. Yeah, absolutely.
And we do quite a lot of fundraising. We do a lot of fundraising for the air ambulance. Mm-hmm. We do a bonus ball every week, and that goes towards what we call our community fund. And we've done all sorts with that, haven't we? We've provided benches on the nature trail. We've put furniture in the school library.
The signs around the
White Line,
the village. And village organisations can apply for something for the village.
Yeah, we donated money, haven't we?
Because all the regulars, £1 a week into the bonus ball 50% to them, 50% in, and it's amazing how that adds up with no hardship to anybody.
That's incredible. Again, it's that community coming together, isn't it, really, for the greater good of everybody, not just...
And then again, the air ambulance has been our consistent one over the years, and we've raised excess of 15,000 now for the air ambulance. Wow. And really just chipping along, because we think that's absolutely critical to this sort of area as well, with the busy road driving through and remote farms down in the fens. And we have a great view that is one of the most wonderful things going, the air ambulance. So that drives as well.
We have a quiz night on a Thursday night, and we actually have a team that are called the Air Ambulance Supporters. And when they win, and they do win sometimes, they always donate their winnings into the air ambulance pot.
As well.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And just you're doing quizzes online at the moment, aren't you?
We are. Yeah. We from week one we'd done a quiz here. When we closed, it was one or two people like Debbie who have got their own marketed and said we must do this. I was a little bit oh dear. And it's worked. Apprehensive would be an understatement, Tony. But it was. We had 28 different people online last week. So yes, and the teams are almost joining up as well. Besides that, FaceTiming across so they can get their answers to put them in. So they're getting quite sophisticated with it now, and it's great fun. We take it in the spirit of as well.
Yeah, I have a quiz with a couple of football mates. I'm a Lincoln fan, so there's a group of Lincoln lads who sort of get together twice a week at the moment to have a video call just like this. And it's actually become one of the highlights of my week. I really, really look forward to it. But that's the importance of what you're doing. You're becoming the highlight, I think, of a lot of people in your areas' social activities.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. You know, even the takeaways people are saying, "Oh, we look forward to our Friday night now. It breaks the week up to come and get the takeaway." And it's quite amazing, really, and things we should remember as well.
Yeah. What's changed in the pub drinking and eating habits over the last 13 years at the White Lion? What have you sort of seen to be the noticeable differences?
Well, a month before we took the pub, the smoking ban came in. And there were people that said we were absolutely crackers to go into a pub. But we think the opposite. And we certainly think that eating in pubs has become more sophisticated, really, more discerning. Certainly the drinking side of it now, people are looking more towards premium lagers, a changing. More wines are sold than when we first came in. Yeah. That's a big difference as well. And for
obviously
some reason,
the gins, more recently the gins.
It's a bit of revelation, gin, isn't it? Gin's come out of nowhere again, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just to plug a local one, it's not a gin, it's the rum from Grantham.
Yeah, the tap and tonic.
Yeah, the Grantham.
Yes.
They make the Grantham gin.
Yeah,
they've just done a rum.
They've done a rum which will take over the world. So we were assured by the rum drinkers. Spiced rum they do.
Spiced rum, apple spiced rum.
Well, it sounds amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Is there anything you'd change about Colsterworth and the area, or anything you'd like to see stay the same?
Well, we like the area as it is. What I'm saying is the camaraderie. There's been a little bit of resetting, bringing the traditional values back, which is wonderful. And if that stays, that's got to be right. The way people have pulled together over this, you know, people like the vicar's been a breath of fresh air, I think, coming in, Neil Griffiths, people like Helen Bill who run the Neighbourhood Watch. The effort she's put in, pulling all this together.
She's pulled all the volunteers together, hasn't she?
Pulled them all together. And there's a lot of volunteers that are really working. And I'm not going to mention one because there's so many, I wouldn't want to miss anyone out. But they really have pulled together, do it. And they talk to each other and everything. Because obviously this is a constantly fluid situation as well in the village. And I really think there are people, and very proud people, that think we will get through this And now finding 6 weeks in, and over the next few weeks, I'm sure we'll need, and as soon as we get somebody's there,
yeah,
and you can't ask more than that in an area.
some proper community heroes by the sound of it.
I think also though, you say about the village. I mean, the village has changed. I mean, while we've lived here for
a lot of
years, yeah, and it has changed. It's obviously grown. We've had developments, but the people coming in want to be involved in the village. They don't sort of stop, you know, keep themselves to themselves. They do get involved. I mean, we've got a lot of ex or service people and
current
retired and current serving. And Remembrance Sunday particularly is evolved into quite an event now. Originally, it was just sort of like, you know, you went to the war memorial, and the vicar did the service and everything, and it was quite low key. But now, over the last few years, it really has evolved, and that really is due to the service people that have moved into the village. Obviously, there were some already here, but their numbers have been boosted.
Yeah.
And again, you know, the nature trail. I mean, Mo Taylor, sort of, it's his band of volunteers, but they want to get involved.
They want to get involved.
They do.
Yeah, and that's got to be good.
Sounds fantastic.
And we've got further development plans, and we just hope that the village doesn't get too big, and that we're going to lose that community spirit. It is important.
The identity is the one thing you don't want to lose, isn't it? The identity of what the village is all about.
Exactly.
Saying that, you'd want people to buy into that when they come into the village as a new resident, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
You know, you go into the co-op, and 9 times out of 10, you'll know at least one person in there. The staff are always very friendly, and always very helpful, and it's just a nice place to be.
Yeah, fantastic. So, if there was one word you could give me to describe the Colsterworth or the Grantham area people, what would it be?
Well, we've used the word friendly a lot. I'd say loyal.
Loyal. I'd say community spirited.
Yeah. I think that's a very, very on point one at the moment as well. That's exactly what Debbie said this morning when I was chatting with her as well, the community spirit side of things. So let's just imagine now the day has come, this storm has passed, we've been to see family, we've done all those sort of things we want to do. What's your day going to look like? Where are you going to go? Who are you going to see? Where are you going to visit?
To have a day off. Well, we're like an Indian, don't we?
No.
Like go down to the Everest
or
and have a meal at the Everest.
Yeah, we enjoy that. We think the standard in Grantham of Indian is amazing.
Yeah.
And I've had Indian in quite a few cities in this country. Grantham's up there and as good as. The new cinema was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We went down to that. It's having the time to do these things and get out. And we want to go over and see Pete, don't we, over at Crown and Anchor. Yeah. Well, he's just moved. We used to go and have lunch with him when he was at the Tolley, and he's just moved over there, and we look forward to that. It was always looked after us really well, wasn't it, where we could pop out. So,
yeah, lovely.
And probably go over to Norfolk, have a walk along the beach.
Oh, yes. Which is your favourite beach in Norfolk?
Along from Old Hunstanton and along there, and then further down as well.
Yeah, I had my first personal trip to Norfolk coast. I've been to the Suffolk coast before, but last summer, and went to Hunstanton. And what I loved about it was you're in an east coast seaside town, but you've got a west facing sunset, haven't you?
Yeah,
it's in that little bit. It's quite disorientating when you're sort of watching the sun come down. I should be the other side of the country to see this.
Yeah.
Okay. It is.
Well, thank you very much, Dave and Madeline, for your time today. I've got to say I've really enjoyed getting to know you, chatting with you, and sort of talking with you about all things great and good of Colsterworth and the Grantham area. You certainly are, I think, wonderful pieces of the jigsaw that make up the great and good of the Grantham and Colsterworth area. I hope everything goes well for you both in the coming months, your families as well. And obviously, once we get through these unique times, that obviously business thrives on the back of this as well. But thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you at some point soon at the White Lion.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, Tony.
Thanks.
Thank you. Enjoyed that myself. Cheers.